Hello, everyone. We are live. Welcome to Planet of NY Sports. Here we talk Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets, and a little bit of the Knicks and Nets. So you guys see the title of the video. This is breaking news, so we can get the clip rolling in. Let's go.
This is Channels Television's breaking news.
All right. Kyrie Irving is headed to the Dallas Mavericks for Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, a first-round pick, and multiple second-round picks. This was according to Shams, by the way. Not this wasn't a Woj bomb. This was Shams. We know that he is directly, with Kyrie's camp. So, Roderick, do you have any initial reactions on this?
Yeah, finally the saga is over. I mean, Kyrie has been dragging this Nets team with him, kicking and screaming, but finally it's over.
Yeah, it is over. So like I said, I can get rid of this now. I'm going to toss it over there. Now, anyways, my initial reaction to this, both Roderick and I didn't think he was going to get traded. I'm going to be honest, until yesterday when news came out that apparently he was going to plan to just sit out the whole entire season and the Nets were going to sit him, until they can find a trade. So that's when I was like, okay, maybe they are serious about trading Kyrie. And they did that. They sat him, he was hurt, but who knows? That was probably one of those made-up injuries. So, I mean, hey, this is a decent haul for the Nets. So I think it is way better than what the Lakers would have, what they would have offered, especially with the whole Russell Westbrook thing. I have a Laker fan asking me, "Oh, why would you guys take Dinwiddie over Russell Westbrook?" Because Russell Westbrook was only going to be in this trade just to match. He was just going to basically match the salaries. That was Russell Westbrook's purpose, and they would have just cut him after. You don't want Russell Westbrook and KD on the same team. Why would you do that? So now we can get into the whole Spencer Dinwiddie thing, after. But right now we can just talk about Kyrie. So Roderick, how do you think Kyrie is going to fare in Dallas?
I'm a little concerned, if I'm being honest. Luka's a great talent, but I don't think Kyrie's going to really elevate this Mavericks team to anything past maybe the third round. I don't think this team makes the finals with this move. I think that this team is still a bit away, but I think that this makes them more dangerous on a night-to-night basis. I mean, if you look at that starting lineup now with Kyrie and Luka, I mean that's a nice that's a nice front court right there. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to end in a chip, but it will propel them into the playoffs a little deeper. I'll say that.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing about the West is, though, it's so wide open this year. There's no clear-cut team in the West where you're going, hey, I think I can see this team in the final. No.
Spurs in 4.
Yeah, the Spurs are taking for Wemby right now.
Spurs at the 4th overall pick.
But, I think when you look at the East, you look at the top 3 teams. You got the Sixers, you got the Celtics, and then you have the Bucks. Those are the clear-cut teams in the East. When you look at the West, there's no real clear-cut number one team. The Kings are up there in the standings right now. The West is really wide open. So I mean, it's anyone's game here. The Kings are 3rd in the Western Conference. That's something. So, like I said, if the Kings can be 3rd, please, then
I can be 3rd.
Exactly.
I can be 3rd.
So I think this was a good move for the Mavericks because we know that they wanted to get someone for to kind of get Luka off the ball a little and stuff like that, because Luka, he usually has to carry the team. There's no one else doing anything on the Mavericks sometimes, but this is going to be weird. I don't know how they're going to gel together. I don't know if Kyrie's going to give the ball to Luka when he wants it. It's going to be an interesting dynamic to see. So Roderick, what is your thoughts on the whole Spencer Dinwiddie aspect of this deal?
I think that in regards to what I hope the Nets would have got, I was hoping that they would have got the 2 first-round picks and a starting caliber player, which Spencer Dinwiddie is, the former Net. He's a Nets legend now. He needs to retire his number ASAP. But besides that, he's a good player. I mean, he'll compliment KD. I think that they will mesh together pretty well. I mean, the Nets also had Cam Thomas, who dropped 40 points last night. So, I mean, they have a lot of options offensively, and I think the Nets won't take too much of a hit from this. So, like you said, it's a pretty good trade for the Nets. They got a pretty good haul, and they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Yeah, and okay, so the news just came out. Then the Nets, they preferred the Mavericks trade offer over the Lakers. See, so I don't know what you all you Laker fans like. Oh, blah blah blah. We should no. Like, because sure, those first round picks, can they be nice? Maybe. But, like, you want a player back in return. And Russell Westbrook is only a part of that deal basically to match salaries. The Lakers would have to give up someone else of, of decent caliber, which they don't really have right now. There's nobody on the Lakers that I can think of that, can really match up to Spencer Dinwiddie's value. I can't really think of anyone unless you're, because we know that the Lakers aren't trading a guy like Anthony Davis or something like that. So, but the fact that this was preferred. LeBron is mad right now. Roderick, how do you think LeBron is feeling about this?
He's fuming right now because I don't think they're, you don't want to chip anyway, but the GM he just couldn't get the trade done. I mean, the GM, the coach, the All-Star, the Hall of Fame, whatever you want to call him, he couldn't get it done. And I think that he obviously really wanted it to get done, but like you said, they just didn't have the facilities to get that trade done. Like we talked about a couple of days ago. They were on the shores of first round draft picks, and even with them getting Kyrie, it was going to take a lot more than just Russell Westbrook to get that trade done. So he's probably mad, but you really can't fault him or the Lakers that much. They just didn't have the assets to trade for him, simply put.
Yeah, exactly. Also, okay, so Brooklyn also sent Markieff Morris to Dallas in the deal. That doesn't really matter. But just going off of another player that the Nets got, they also got Dorian Finney-Smith. So see, he's averaging 9 points a game this year. He's okay. He just had 18 against the Warriors. He's a good solid wing. He's decent. He's decent. But the main headline here is probably Dinwiddie and then the first round pick. That first round pick, it is give me a sec. Okay, 2029 first round pick, and it's unprotected too. So that's good. You always want an unprotected first round pick. You don't want it to be top 3 protected because let's say Dallas is bad and like you can get that pick is really good, but if it's protected, like if it's top 3 protected, then that's not going to work. And see, now I have a bunch of Laker fans hitting me up right now. Oh, why did they do this deal? Why did they do this? No, you guys are so unrealistic. Look. It's okay. The Lakers, you guys aren't doing anything this year. You're not. And even with Kyrie, I kind of wanted to see that disaster happen, though, to be honest. Like, in a way, I kind of wanted him to go to LA just to see like all the drama and stuff that would happen, at the end of the season, and how him and AD would mesh. I feel like that would just be a recipe for disaster. So Roderick, do you think this was like the right landing spot for Kyrie as opposed to like the Clippers or the Lakers?
Well, I don't think that anywhere he went would have been like a slam dunk for like a championship contender. But out of the spots you mentioned, I feel like it's probably the best spot. I mean, you're playing with one of the best players in the league right now. You're playing in a new environment, So I mean, I guess it's the best spot for him because LeBron probably would have. I don't want to say ruined it for him there, but I feel like LeBron would have been a net negative for Kyrie.
Yeah, and I mean, we all know Kyrie basically apologized to LeBron and for like that whole situation. I don't really think, just given how Kyrie is, you can't trust the guy. You can't trust him. So I don't really think, this is like the worst thing in the world for the Lakers too. Because do you really want to give up assets for that guy? And if you can just go ahead now, if Roderick mentioned this off camera, you can just sign him in free agency now. You can just do that. So I mean, this isn't the worst thing in the world for the Lakers, even though
A first round exit turned into a second round exit. Oh well. Like
yeah,
you weren't doing anything.
yeah, exactly. But if this is really good for Dallas though, because now I'm looking at them as one of the better teams in the West, maybe, because like I said, it's so wide open. You got the Kings in third place. I mean, the Mavericks right now, I'm pretty sure they are 6th in the West. So they can jump up. I don't see them really jumping the Nuggets in first. I don't know if they would jump the Grizzlies in second either. But I think they can compete for that, that third slot or that fourth slot. I think they should be able to avoid the play-in. And if they are able to avoid the play-in, you be on the lookout for this team, because this team got to the Western Conference Finals without Kyrie last year, and they went on the road. They beat the Suns. They embarrassed Chris Paul. We all know how that went. That was nice to see. But this team, if Kyrie now. I don't think it's going to happen, because with Kyrie, there's always something with this guy. There's always something. Always. I say it all the time. Just wait. Just be patient. And Kyrie's going to go and screw it up. Do I think Kyrie will screw this up with the Mavericks? Before I answer that, Roderick, do you think Kyrie's going to screw up with the Mavericks?
No, because I feel like Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, I feel like he wanted Kyrie there, and I also feel like he can, this is going to sound bad, keep him in check, so to speak. So I feel like he will be a little more quiet. That's not to say this is a 0% chance of him scoring everything up, because as you've seen with Kyrie, it's very likely he'll screw something up. But I think he keeps his nose clean. I think he minds his business, and I think he minds his business, hopefully.
I'm going to say he does. No. I'm not going to say he does. I'm going to say I think there is a chance that he'll keep his nose clean, because there's always something with him. But I think, just going into the fact that he is still playing for a contract, I think maybe he'll have the sense to just be like, I'll keep my mouth shut for now. I don't really know if that's going to be the case. Who knows? But we'll see. So Roderick, do you have any more opinions on the Nets side of this deal?
No, sir.
No. All right. Okay. So I'll go over it now. All right. So basically, if you're like I said this a few days ago, I'll go more in depth. Roderick and I didn't I didn't really think he was going to get traded. I did not think he was going to. I thought it was, until we saw the news yesterday that the Nets were apparently just going to sit him until they find a deal. So I was like, okay, maybe they are for real. They're going to trade him. I wasn't going to make a video on that though. I didn't think it would happen today. So we see this. I'm sitting on the couch. I'm just playing some Madden, and then out of nowhere, I get
ew.
Shut up. The Madden's I'm not playing MLB The Show. Now I saw the notification. I didn't think it was real at first, and then someone sent me something. Someone tagged me, and I was like, okay. And I looked, and I was like, oh boy. So I ran up here. Was like, let's go set up. All right. So Kyrie is traded. I didn't think it would happen today. I really didn't think it would happen so quickly. But I think we saw at the last Nets game last night. Hey, Cam Thomas with 44 points, by the way. Shout out to him. But when Kyrie came up on the big screen and everything, he was getting booed. It was bad, they were like, boo, Kyrie stuff, blah, blah, blah. Of course there's the minority of, fans where they're like, oh, Kyrie's right. Yeah, we still want Kyrie. But no, the guy's toxic. Like I said before, you didn't have to trade him. I mean, but I think the fact that I guess the Nets were like, you know what, we're just sick and tired of this. But another key, aspect here is going to be KD's reaction. How is KD going to react to this man? How is he going to react? Roderick, what is your prediction to KD's reaction to this?
I don't think KD cares, if I'm being completely honest. Like we said, KD, he comes to work every day and he just wants to hoop. He's simply strictly basketball. He doesn't brush his hair. no tattoos, no anything. He comes and he plays basketball. I think he was sick and tired of Kyrie. Personally, I'd be sick and tired of Kyrie being in the news every 5 seconds. So I think he might be a little bit relieved. I know he came to Brooklyn to play with Kyrie, but as these past couple years have shown, Kyrie was not a good fit here, and him leaving is a positive across the board. Just a positive.
Well, but yeah, I there's some more news apparently. So Phoenix, if Kevin Durant does become available, Phoenix will pursue Kevin Durant. Now here's the thing on KD. KD, you are under contract for 3 more seasons. I'm just gonna.
We're not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere. You're not. This is way different than the Kyrie thing. Like, can they trade you if they want to just blow the whole entire thing up? Yeah. Pause. But like I really do not see, KD getting traded. Okay, so we have a guy in here. He says, whack ass trade. KD about to dip to Phoenix too. See, I just said that. I mean, hey, you never know. I wouldn't. I'd be surprised, but it's going to be interesting to see Katie's reaction to this, and like if he was consulted to this too, because we don't really know. Was KD consulted? Hey, we're going to trade Kyrie. Are you like cool with this? But here's the thing with Kyrie, and if I was KD, I would be annoyed. So let's go on over Kyrie's whole entire history here. We can do this with the Cavs first. He said he was never going to leave the Cavs like LeBron did originally. Oh, what happened? He went and said, oh, I want to trade. I want to be a Batman, blah, blah, blah. Okay, goes to the Celtics. Okay. Then he goes ahead and says, oh, I'm staying here in Boston, blah, 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 blah. And then what happens there? Oh, nope. We start hearing things, and then he leaves. He starts going all buddy with KD at the All-Star game that year. And then, it's history. Now they're in Brooklyn. And I'm not even gonna go over the whole entire Kyrie controversy. I don't feel like doing that. But this guy is a liar too. I'm just saying that this guy is a liar. So, and then he's like, "Oh, my dog, KD, it's my dog." Blah blah blah. No, he's not. KD, mind you, KD did request a trade. He did request a trade in the summer. Like, let's not forget that. So.
Hey, Russell, does that story sound familiar?
What'd you say?
Does the Kyrie story sound familiar? And then he was here perform? Somebody starts in the team that's in the Midwest. They go to Boston. They end up going south. Does that sound familiar to you? Like ever? Has that ever happened before? Because I know a guy, Antonio Brown, who I'm gonna stay in Pittsburgh. I'm gonna sign the biggest thing. Goes to Boston, and then what does he do? He ends up going south. Like, I'm sorry, it's too much alike with them too. Brain dead.
Yeah.
Let me stop there.
Yeah, and just going back onto the point of Kyrie. He's a liar. The guy is a liar. He's a grade A liar. I'm gonna keep saying it. He was all exactly. He's like, my dog KD. I love KD. Blah blah blah. This whole season a few weeks ago, he was over there. So this whole notion of how you cannot believe whatever Kyrie says, you just can't. You cannot. With the whole, and like I said, I wasn't gonna get into the vaccine stuff. But, that, and then the anti-Semitic stuff, and then there's this, and then there's that, and then there'll probably be something with Dallas. Maybe it won't be as big, pause, but it'll be something with this guy. There's just always something with Kyrie.
Word.
There's always something. You can't trust him. You cannot trust him.
So best ability is availability, guys.
Exactly, and he's never available. The guy
not there.
The guy literally took off and went to a birthday party. He was missing. No one knew where he was. And he went to a birthday party in the middle of the COVID season.
Oh, yo, in the for this.
Oh, my God. Oh, Mets legend right there. But it's like, seriously, it's just ridiculous with this guy. So you cannot trust him. You can't trust the thing he says. And if I was KD, I would hope that he did sign, off on this trade. Because this guy literally said, oh, my dog KD, blah blah blah. He's my brother, blah blah blah. All this, and he still requests a trade. Are you sure? Are you sure you trust this guy? Are you sure you want to win with this guy, KD? Oh my gosh, man. Roderick, do you have like any more like? How do you think KD's feeling right now? Like, just how do you think he's feeling?
I hope and I pray that he's happy. I hope he's just over the moon right now because the Kyrie tenure in Brooklyn was a colossal failure. I think we can officially say that it was a colossal failure. The trade, him and Harden, colossal, catastrophic, absolute failures. And I think he has to be. I think he has to be happy with how it is now because at this point he can now focus on playing basketball, which he loves to do, and he doesn't have to worry about Kyrie every 5 seconds. If I was KD, I'd be over the moon right now.
Exactly. And KD just wants to hoop. He does not care about all the extracurricular, except burner accounts, of course. He does, but like he doesn't really care. But there was like a lot of talk last year when Kyrie with the whole entire Lakers nonsense and blah blah blah. Hey, is KD, if Kyrie ever got traded, would KD still want to be here? So that's going to be a question now. I keep refreshing my page here to see if we see something, oh, KD's going to get traded or blah, 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 and it's just something. The fact that this whole big three thing with KD, you had Harden, then you had Kyrie. What a failure. And KD's the last one standing because he just wants to hoop. Harden was tired of Kyrie's, BS and said, you know what? No, I don't want to be here. And then you have to. That trade was so stupid, though. Trading for Ben Simmons, you didn't have to do that. I know, because the salaries, but no, you didn't have to do that. Ben Simmons has not been great here as a Brooklyn Net. And then you're just. Man, and then Kyrie, what can you say about this guy? It's not a surprise.
You said it all. You said it all.
It's like I'm at a loss for words here because it's just I'm not surprised.
It's a grown man, bro.
Exactly. There's always something with him, and there will be something next year too. I'm telling you, there's going to be something with Kyrie. Whether if he's and if he goes to LA, oh, forget about it. With all the stuff over there, I kind of wanted to see him.
And that. I mean, if he didn't work in Boston, Cleveland, or Brooklyn, how is he going to work in LA? How?
Exactly.
It's not happening.
Maybe the LA, because the LA media is a little more. It's a little more soft than the New York media. We know
maybe they just kiss his butt the whole time.
Yeah,
maybe that happens.
LA is probably going to kiss his butt. You're going to see it on all the sports talk shows. And if he does go to the Lakers, they'll make it sound like the greatest thing ever. Blah blah blah. Oh, LeBron, blah blah blah. Oh, Lakers championship odds. They need to be first. All of this. I'm telling you, you're gonna hear it. But
it's like not even make the play-in round, bro.
Exactly. They're not even in the play-in right now. So all you Laker fans, go away. But please, I don't want to hear from any of you.
Delusion. It's delusion.
Exactly. You guys are delusional. The fact that you guys are like, oh, don't sleep on Russell Westbrook, blah, blah, blah. No.
Give me the pillow. Give me the pillow, bro. Put to sleep right now.
Like Russell Westbrook. Like, no, please, nobody is worried about Russell Westbrook. And you think KD is going to be okay with Russell Westbrook? Do you?
No.
No. Why would the Nets do that? So
that is more drama.
Exactly. So Lakers, do you guys have anyone else you want to offer? No, you do not. You don't have anyone else you want to offer because you don't have anyone of that caliber. So. And those 2 first-round picks, were they looking nice? Yeah, I'm not going to lie because we know you guys are probably going to be bad by then. But, I don't know. This Mavs deal, I think it's just a way better option. Any closing thoughts here?
Yeah, super teams don't work. I know there's an odd example of the Warriors and the Rams as of recent, but super teams do not work. Can we all come together in all sports and just agree? Let's not trade for every big name player and sign every big name because it will not work. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Figure it out.
Yeah, And when you just look at, can you have 2 stars? Yes, you can.
Yes,
You can
you
have
need 2 stars.
yeah. Like you can have like Luka and Kyrie right now. Like that's fine. That's totally
Yeah,
fine.
that's
But
good.
now let's say if the Mavs were to add someone else, that's when it would get a little too crazy, and you would kind of start looking like, ugh. No more of this big three stuff. I don't know. The only team that's really worked for has been the Warriors, and that they're the Warriors. It's different. Like and Draymond's not even part of the big three anymore for the Warriors. I think it's Jordan.
At his peak, he was,
Yeah, sure.
but
Yeah, but
no.
then it was technically a big four if you want to consider that. But Draymond was on the downturn of his career. He can't shoot anymore. He's all talk. I'm not even going to count Draymond. But when you look at
He's a LeBron fanboy too.
exactly when you look at all these super teams in sports, it really just doesn't work.
Philadelphia, Washington. I think the Saints tried to do it once. The Vikings. Who else? The Yankees. The Mets from last year. Like I can go on and on. They don't work. The risk is too high.
And if they do work, look at the Rams this year.
Exactly.
Like it's going to be really bad, and it's going to come back to bite you.
F them picks.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it depends.
You might want them picks right about now. Let me tell you.
No, well, I would say if I was a Rams fan, though, like winning a Super Bowl, though, kind of trumps that. But that's
okay.
That's a different sport, though. Like basketball, though, is different. You shouldn't be saying F them picks, blah blah blah, because then you'll end up like the Lakers. Like that's different, and they won a bubble championship too, mind you. When at the end of that season, before the whole COVID thing, they were injured. They were basically about to limp into the playoffs, mind you. So, but hey, that whole bubble, it gave them a nice time to rest up. They were at Disney, blah blah blah, and hey, they went. And look at the Dodgers too. They won their Mickey Mouse ring too. They didn't play in LA. It was short and season.
We're gonna win the World Series. Put it on record, and then they got smoked in the NLDS.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They went and they had, and then they lost to who'd they lose?
Little brother, San Diego.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, these super teams, they don't work. They just don't. Is it nice to have 2 stars? Yes. Like right now, the Nets, it's just KD. You cannot say Ben Simmons. Like Ben Simmons, he's just like, meh. He's playing below expectations. I think it's fair to say that. Dinwiddie, hopefully Dinwiddie's solid. Dorian Finney-Smith, I mean, he'll be okay. He'll be on the bench probably. Maybe he's a decent player. I'm not expecting much, but that whole first round pick there, that is big for the Nets. So if you can all do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. This was an emergency video. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.